All right. And we are live. Well, live on Zoom. Hello, everybody. This is Lucy, the Marie-Lucie, the Phoenix Rising 82. First time doing an interview with someone. So I wanted to introduce you to somebody amazing. He's an accountability, health, and fitness coach, Lawrence Richardson, and he will be sharing his transformative journey, like shedding 62 pounds, reversing type 2 diabetes, and embracing a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. So, from a history of unhealthy eating to renewed commitment for his family's future, he will discuss his triumphs, his newfound clarity, and the joy of living a healthy, plant powered life. So, this is my friend Lawrence. Hi, Lawrence.
Hey, Lucy, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for joining my first live, my first interview.
Oh, my pleasure,
It's
my
an
pleasure.
honor to have you here. So we're going to start right now. I'm going to ask you one of the first questions I got for you. Can you share with us what your life was like before you switched to a plant-based lifestyle and what motivated you to make that change?
Definitely, yeah, great question. So, most of my life I've lived an unhealthy lifestyle. I've been overweight, and I'd say my between my 20s and my 30s, I weighed upwards up to 330 pounds at my heaviest. Around 30 years old, I went to a doctor's appointment, and they made me aware that I had type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. And at the time, I was kind of investigating like a whole plant based lifestyle, vegan lifestyle, and like juice fast. And so I kind of did some research and I looked on YouTube and was inspired to do a 55-day juice fast. And so I
Oh,
did the juice fast for actually 50 days instead of 55 days. And I lost a lot of weight, around 50 pounds to be exact. I felt amazing. I lost a lot of weight. And my doctor was pretty pleased with my blood work, which was amazing because the goal was to get healthy. And after that, I transitioned into eating basically raw fruits and vegetables because from the research I did, they said that you should eat or drink, or excuse me, eat the kind of items that you juiced or drank. And so I ate a lot of fresh fruits, vegetables, and I thrived for about a year after that. About a year after that, or I'd say shortly after that, I decided to get into bodybuilding based on some friends that we had similar interest in. And when I got into bodybuilding, I ate meat, unfortunately. And so I hired a coach. I was working out. I was making progress in my physique, but I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling strong. And another thing, I felt like it was very restrictive to my lifestyle. So for about 9 months out of the year, I ate the same thing, measured and weighed it for 9 months. And then I do a bodybuilding competition. I do very well. But one thing I noticed I would do often would be after the show was over, I would go out with my bodybuilding friends and I would eat hamburgers, pizza, nachos, you name it. And so what happens is you go from being very strict to being not very strict, and you gain a lot of weight, you lose your confidence. And this is a cycle I went through over the last for 4 years essentially. It was mentally devastating to me to essentially get in great shape and then lose all the hard work and progress in just a short period of time. So I decided to quit bodybuilding. Now, to fast forward a little bit, at the age of 40, went to my doctor again. Same issues: type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. And really, the reason was I kept on yo yoing. I'd go from one diet to the next diet, and I wasn't sticking with anything just because it didn't really resonate with me. So her recommendation was go through the whole food plant based diet. And at the time, I had two young daughters that were 4 and 2 years old. And I knew that with diabetes, you could have a lot of complications such as amputations, organ failure, um, a lot of negative things. And at the age of 40, that's the last thing you can think of is myself being in a wheelchair and not be able to play with my kids or not be able
mhm.
to take my wife out on date night or just be productive and provide for them like I've always have. So at that point in time, I decided to do research. Dr. Sebi was a big influence on me. So I looked up the alkaline plant based diet and I started implementing that regimen or that structure into my daily life. And so for the first month, I was feeling really good. I was actually able to get off coffee and energy drinks just because I had so much energy from the nutrients I was eating. Um, Around 2, 3 months later, I could tell my blood sugars and stuff were improving, which meant my diabetes situation was getting reversed. At the 9 month mark, I was able to basically get rid of all my medications. And so I was on 3 medications at the time for diabetes, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. Those were all taken away because I was living the lifestyle and using my food as my medicine. And so my testimony is this whole food, plant-based lifestyle has changed my life. I'm thriving now. I've lost 62 pounds and still counting, and I'm living my best life. And so that's my testimony and how I was living before I decided to take over this lifestyle.
Woo, that's good to hear that, because we had something similar. We both had type 2 diabetes, but you were
Yes.
on high blood pressure pills. Wow.
Yeah.
So you got rid of all of it when you change your lifestyle. And you know what happens, there's cycles when everything's fine and then you fall off the wagon and then you come back and you look at you came back and you're thriving now. So good for
Yes.
you,
Thank you
really.
so much.
Yay. And, and my next question is losing the 62 pounds and reversing type 2 diabetes is a huge accomplishment, of course. Could you walk us through the steps you took to achieve this transformation?
Definitely. Yeah. So first thing I did was do my research because going from a sad American diet to a whole food plant-based diet, I didn't really have a huge background or experience with that. So first I did my research. As I mentioned, Dr. Sebi was a huge inspiration to me. And I was reading of other people's testimonials of how they've healed themselves from diabetes and just a whole host of things. And so I basically took the structure of his nutrition and implemented it on an everyday basis. And so basically first thing waking up in the morning, I drink a lot of water. I drink about 32 ounces of warm water with key lime. Oh, look at you. Nice. Key limes in it. It helps to alkaline my body. And then I would usually start eating around 11 a.m. and I would eat primarily fruit. It'd be melons or berries or whatnot. I'd eat that between like 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. And around between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m., I'd eat one more large meal, just a big salad. It would generally range from maybe 100 grams to 200 grams of kale. I put in there some, excuse me, chickpeas or lentils, quinoa, peppers, mushrooms, and a lot of the stuff would be raw or high raw. I did that, like I said, consistently over. I guess it's been about a year, and that's when I started to see the real results. The real results happened before then, but that's how I implemented the plan. Was essentially doing the research on nutrition, eating on a regular basis, but being very consistent in order to see progress. The consistency is the most important thing.
Oh yeah, consistency is like number one, right?
Yes,
Did
totally.
you did you have any like Dr. Sebi like books or
So I didn't have any books, but I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and so I watched as many YouTube videos as I could find, and then I would find like illustrations, like 8.5 by 11 documents with all the foods or things he recommended that would help my body thrive.
God bless his soul, huh?
For sure.
He was awesome, definitely.
Yes,
I have one of his book too here, like a recipe book. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dr. Sebi, oh yeah. And my next question for you is many people they worry about protein and other nutrients when switching to a plant-based diet. So how did you ensure you got all the necessary nutrients and what did you do what did your meal plans look like?
Yeah, definitely. So my whole goal was just make sure I got variety. And so I made sure I got my protein, which protein's in everything, but specifically the quinoa, the chickpeas, the lentils. I got my proteins from that. That's higher in protein than most items. I made sure I had a whole host of like leafy greens, sprouts, colorful items, peppers, cabbage, you name it, I was partaking in it. And then also a lot of fruit. And so I made sure during that period of time as I was trying to heal my body and get healthier that I just kept a wide variety of plant-based nutrition, and that really allowed me to thrive, have plenty of energy, and to maintain my active lifestyle at the same time.
It's true. There's pretty much protein in everything we eat, right?
It is for
People
sure.
don't know that, but they're like, how do you get your protein? Almost in everything we eat.
Yeah. I think it's kind of a misconception. A lot of people they're reaching for the animal products, chicken, steak, whatever it may be. That is high in protein, right? But
Hmm.
they only think that it's in those kind of products and not vegetables and fruits, which there are.
That's right. Well said. All right. And the next one I have is what was some of the biggest challenges you faced during your transition to a plant-based diet, and how did you overcome them?
Definitely. So early on, I think my why was so strong. I didn't have a lot of challenges, to be honest with you. It was just
Oh, wow, that's good.
I was, thank you. Yeah, I was just so focused on getting healthier, quick as possible. And so initially it wasn't hard. I'll be honest, it got harder probably the longer I was on it. So let's say after about 9, 10 months, it was like, okay, I'm doing good. I lost up to 50 pounds. And you start to get almost comfortable, to be honest with you. And so what happens sometimes you get comfortable, you make some slip ups. There's like something called self sabotage where you might overconsume on some of the good stuff. And when that happens, your weight can go up because it doesn't matter if it's good. If you're not in a caloric deficit or at a maintenance, your weight can go up if you're not careful. And so I feel like some of the challenges I've had were having a lot of success, but then over consuming maybe some of the nuts or other things that cause weight gain. And when that happened, I had to really check myself and say, look, you know, if you do gain weight, if you do get unhealthy again, it's hard to regain health once you go backwards. So I basically kind of sat myself down and started to do challenges, primarily like fruit challenges, where you eat an abundance of fruit over maybe 30 days or 90 days. And so I had to have a talk with myself, mentally put myself back in check and say, what's important? What's your why? And that's allowed me to keep going and thriving and making progress.
That's amazing because yeah, we don't really think about the nuts, right? If we overeat them,
Mm-hmm,
it
mm-hmm.
can cause it can cause a lot of health issues. And yeah, I've been stuffing my face with nuts like a couple of weeks ago, and I can see the difference. Yes, no, they're right when they say we have to like not consume it too much, like yeah, fruits and
Mm-hmm.
veggies is fine, but the nuts, yeah, it's kind of dangerous. It sucks though because it's really good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And to be transparent with you, I mean, back in the day, I was a emotional eater. And
Mm.
so if I was working late or if there was something I was stressed out about in life, I would reach for the food. And so, even though you're plant based, even though you're healthier, that doesn't mean the stress goes away. You still go through trials in life. And in my journey, I've had moments where the nuts may have been available or something else may have been available. And that's where, if you don't have yourself in check, the weight can creep up. And so now what I do, if stress is in my life, I reach for the good stuff. I reach for the fruit, reach for the raw vegetables. And that stuff, you can almost eat that in abundance. You don't have to worry about weight gain or issues like that. So that has also helped me maintain weight or make progress with my transformation as well.
That's amazing to hear. Because yeah, me too. I was an emotional eater too, and sometimes it's like we go like in a zombie mode, and we just reached out. We reached out to the first food that's in front of us. We're like just eating unconsciously, and then oh, wait, I've gained weight and I'm plant-based. Happened to me during the holidays, gained
Yes.
20 pounds because I went outside my diet and ate some
Mhm.
gluten, and poof,
Yeah.
thank God. I'm happy to say that I'm losing the weight now by just eating fruits and smoothies,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's going well. Thanks for your
Awesome.
inspiration too.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah. So my next question for you is, how has your plant-based lifestyle impacted your fitness routine and your overall philosophy on health and wellness?
For sure. So, as far as my health and wellness or my fitness routine, it's helped me with recovery. And so, I've noticed that after a hard workout or after a long run, after I rest and I recover, my body isn't as sore. Sometimes I don't feel sore at all, which is quite interesting considering when I used to do bodybuilding competitively and I ate meat. I would often be very sore, especially after a leg day or any big body part movement day or whatnot. And so now I hit the legs, I hit arms, shoulders, everything, no soreness. And I also
Huh.
think it allows me to rest better. When I wake up in the morning, I'm more rested versus the other diet. I wasn't as rested and always tired. Even in my best shape, I remember as a bodybuilder walking up 3 flights of stairs, just 3 flights of stairs. I'm looking like an action figure, but when I get to the very top, I'm fatigued and I feel like I need to go lay down somewhere. It's just like something's not right here, you know? So the big parallel with that is plant-based. I feel more alive, more energy, recover better, and I just feel better when I'm performing during these exercises. What was the second part of the question?
The second part was like, how did it overall, like your philosophy on health and wellness? How did let me rephrase it again. So,
Sure.
how was your plant-based lifestyle impacted your fitness routine and your overall philosophy on health and wellness?
Yeah, I think my overall philosophy on health and wellness is I think what you put in your mouth really dictates your health and your wellness. For me, I was eating abundance of all other things meat, dairy, sad American diet. And no matter what combination I would eat consistently, I still didn't feel well and I still wasn't at my healthiest. I feel like I'm thriving as much as I is the best I ever have now. I'm about to be 42, excuse me, this month. And
Oh,
um,
wow.
yeah, and I feel the best I've ever felt. My excuse me, my blood
Bless
work
you.
is thank you is phenomenal, and my clarity of mind and my attitude and my just being so optimistic about life, it's just changed me a whole lot completely. And so my philosophy is this lifestyle is king over any other lifestyle.
Woohoo, it's good to hear that. And I understand with the inflammation, huh, because you're saying that even though you were a bodybuilder before, you still had you were sore, like in your knees and everything, but now
Correct.
you're not even that sore.
No,
Isn't that
not
crazy,
so at
yeah?
all. Honestly, I mean, I'm running at times up to 3 to 5 miles, a day, or hitting weights, at a high intensity. And I think it's the lack of inflammation in my body. I think it's the nutrition I eat. I think it's the rest I get. That all plays a role in how my body feels.
And that what you're eating is giving you all the nutrition in your cells. It's making them alive, basically. I
Yeah.
can so relate because I feel like before I had so much inflammation in the body and I'm still recovering right now, but it's better. But before, yeah, I used to hurt myself at the gym all the
Mm,
time and when I used to work out. And at the same time, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like working out. I'm gonna hurt myself again. But when I started this raw vegan journey, it's like, wow, I'm not in pain. I'm as much pain as before. I can actually run on the treadmill without hurting myself. So yeah, it totally makes sense what you're saying. Isn't that crazy that even though you were a bodybuilder before
mhm.
and you were still eating well, but you were eating meat and dairy and you were still feeling tired after that and pain
Yeah,
in the joints. Yeah. Oh wow, diet really has the lifestyle is really something, huh? Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
totally.
yeah, definitely. So the next question is, I know you created a community around the plant-based lifestyle. Can you tell us more about your group, its mission, and the activities you organize, or yeah, whatever you're doing in that group?
Absolutely. Great question. So my private Facebook group is called Leaf Life Transformations Vegan and Fitness Accountability Group. And so I was very much inspired to provide a community to other people looking to adopt a sustainable plant-based and fitness lifestyle. Early on, when I was looking to transition into this lifestyle, I joined some very amazing communities on Facebook, and they really were very pivotal to me and played a big role in my transformation. I was able to gain a lot of education. I was able to engage and tell people about my progress, what's going good, what's not going good, and get a tremendous amount of support. And my feeling is in this life, we're not meant to go on any journeys alone. Community is a really played a big role in helping me to get to where I am now. So I wanted to take that same enthusiasm, that same knowledge I gained, and pour it into other people to help them adopt a sustainable lifestyle that can potentially help reverse their diabetes or get their blood pressure under control, or just lose the weight to help them live a long, healthy life. And so within this group, we have challenges. Right now, we have a excuse me, a 90-day challenge called Raising Your Standards. And with
Yes.
this challenge, thank you. With this challenge, let me get a sip of water. I'm sorry.
Oh, sure, no problem. Go for it. Because yeah, I am part of your group, and I see the challenge, and it motivated me, like people are sharing their juices, their meals, and it's very encouraging.
Yes, that's amazing. So it's called a 90-day challenge, Raising Your Standards. And within this challenge, at the very beginning, I wanted everybody to identify their why, because we all know once you have a strong why, it's going to be very helpful to fuel you along the way. If there's any hiccups, if there's any doubt, or if you're just getting burned out, like that why will help you. Like for me, my why is my kids, my family. I want to be around to provide for them. So anytime I want to slip up, I'll think about them and less of me, and why it's important for me to keep making progress in my lifestyle. The next part of the challenge is essentially identifying a realistic workouts and nutrition, because not everybody just eats just fruit, not everybody's raw vegan, but if we can adopt something that is whole plant based, essentially that can help you thrive and be healthy, but be consistent, then during this 90 days, you can potentially lose weight or get healthier or level up your commitment to health to get better in all areas of your life. And then the third thing I ask the members to do is picture yourself from day 1 to day 90 and think about what you want to accomplish. And at each milestone, whether it be the first week or second week, think about the person you're becoming. You're really investing into your future self as you're going through this challenge. And you're not only at the day 90, but from 90 on, you're investing in your future self. And so with this challenge, it's really just to help people change their life, make this lifestyle sustainable, help people level up their commitment to health. That's really the whole point of the group, is to help make this lifestyle sustainable and really motivate, provide people accountability to get to be their best self, essentially.
I like the fact that you tell them to you tell us to visualize, because visualizing like your future self after this challenge is important to see, like, yeah, I'm gonna get there. So
Correct.
that's super important, and it's great because it makes people participate, and people are motivated to stay on this journey, this plant-based journey, whichever,
Mm,
if it's vegan, raw vegan, or vegetarian, whatever. Everybody's like sharing, and it's
yes.
amazing. I like that. It's very
Yeah,
encouraging.
it's been really
Yeah.
cool because some of the members there actually having some really good weight loss progress and successes, and some people were kind of like borderline meat eaters, but now they're transitioning more to the lifestyle. So it really makes me happy and proud for these individuals, because that's what it's all about, is supporting them and helping them see their full potential and helping them get there, with accountability along the way.
Oh yeah, it's pretty helpful because hey, the scale is going down for me too, and
Amen.
that was very motivating for me because my God, your girl here was getting chunky during the holidays. She's like, okay, I did a 100-day juice fast, and then oh yeah, the holiday, let me eat a little bit of cooked food or chips and popcorn. I'll be fine. No, it opened the door and blew up. I'm like, okay, no. So thank you for your challenge, because just seeing what people are doing is helping
Yeah,
me.
we all need it. It doesn't matter how long we've been in this lifestyle or how short. We're all susceptible to going backwards if we're not intentional and getting after every day. So that's what community is all about.
Exactly. Community is vital, definitely. And could you share, like, actually, what are the most common misconceptions you encounter about plant-based diets, and how do you address them?
Yeah, great question. So a lot of people know I used to be a bodybuilder, and so now that they know I lift weights for to stay functional and healthy, they're always like, "How do you get your protein?" So I work in the corporate world, and some of my coworkers say, "You're plant based. How do you get your protein?" And so I just tell them I eat a variety of plant based options that they have protein in them: your nuts, your seeds, your beans, your leafy greens, your fruit. All that has protein in it, and you don't need to necessarily weigh and measure everything. You just need it, in my opinion, eat a wide variety. When you eat a wide variety, you're going to be covering a lot of your macronutrient needs, like your proteins, your fats, your carbohydrates. And so as long as you're eating in abundance, eating a variety of colors and just a variety in general, I think that will cover all your bases. And I think people understand once you describe that to them that, okay, there are proteins in these options and it's not a thing where you can only eat animal products to get your protein. So I think people think that you can't get enough protein on a whole plant-based food diet.
That's so true. That's all we hear, huh? Like, how do plant-based people get their protein? They're gonna die, or they're like, you're screwed, basically. No,
Right.
no, it's not true. We still get our protein from all the foods from Mother Earth. Yes,
Agreed.
those are the original foods, by the way. So, yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
All right. And could you share like a success story from your community that really like stood out to you, like, like a very successful story?
Absolutely. So I'm thinking of three just recently, just in this 90-day challenge. Three, well, a lot of the members in there are rock stars. Everybody in my group's a rock star, but three ladies in particular recently, one has lost up to 20 pounds, some are, double digits. A lady this past week,
Nice.
she's been incorporating a lot of like fruit meals only. And in 1 week, she's lost 10 pounds. So when I hear stories like that of people adopting a lifestyle, because vegan is healthy, but there's some unhealthy ways of eating
Hmm.
vegan food. But when I hear that they're eating all fresh fruits and vegetables and they're being consistent, they're working out, they're posting, to me that's all big success, big wins in the group. And so when I see that, I know that things are working, people are engaged, and those are the huge success stories that I can share with you just in the past couple weeks.
That's amazing. So you see the progress, you see the results. That's
I do.
amazing. Oh man, that's good news. And I'm sure those people are very happy, and they feel your presence, your accountability. You're there for them at every step. So what more can they ask, right? To
Yeah,
be
that's
successful on their journey.
very big for me is to be there for them. I'm always engaged. I'm always plugged in, and I always answer questions because I want all my members to be prepared, feel like they're armed with the best information to help make their transformation. And so, yeah, it's super important that my members are cared for and that they know I'm there for them because I'm really passionate about helping people.
That's amazing. That's great. Oh yeah. And the other one I had for you is for someone who's interested in exploring plant-based lifestyle, but doesn't know where to start.
Hmm.
What advice would you give them?
Definitely. Great question. So, two things come to mind. They can either do the research on their own, or if they want to make things more efficient for themselves, I'd say jump into a plant-based community because there you're going to be surrounded with nothing but plant-based information, motivational stories, transformations, recipes. You're going to be overloaded with a lot of information. So you can do your own research, or if you want to make it more efficient, join a great plant-based community to help level up your knowledge of the lifestyle so that you can adopt it sooner than later.
That's a very good advice because the more you're surrounded by people that are practicing
Mm,
this type of lifestyle, the more encouraging it is for you, for the person. So that's really important that we all stick together and encourage each other. Yeah, basically. That's amazing. And-
absolutely, I agree.
yeah. And for let's see, how can people get involved with your group or reach out to you for guidance? Like, are there any upcoming events or project that you would be that we should be looking out for? Anything that you're gonna do soon, or that's it? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So the group is on Facebook. It's a Facebook group called Leaf Life Transformations Vegan and Fitness Accountability Group.
I'll
You
put the
can
information down below.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can sign up there, or you can find me on a lot of different social media avenues like YouTube, IG, or TikTok. My name is all the same on there. It's Leaf Life with Lawrence.
Eat Life with Lawrence.
And of course, you can find me on Facebook at Lawrence Richardson. But yeah, if you're looking to be a part of the group or part of a like-minded community to level up your commitment to health, you can reach out to me on any of those avenues or just come directly to the Facebook group and we'll be there to take care of you.
All right. And yes, I will make sure that I put all your description down below So that way people can find you on all those platforms as well.
Amazing.
Just a couple of extra questions that I got for you.
Yes.
Um, how was your environment with your new lifestyle? Like the people around you, like how was it? Did he accept you? Were they
Great
okay?
question.
Yeah.
So I think in my immediate environment, it's my wife and my two kids, and they were happy. You know, they want me to be healthy and happy and thriving. So very accepting of it. My wife buys me a lot of vegetables and fruit, so we always have that stash of fruit or vegetables on stash. So there's always abundance of that. My other family, my mom, my dad, my sister, they're all very supportive. And actually, my mom, my sister are in my private Facebook group.
Yes,
And
it's true.
my mom was one of the success stories I was talking about. She lost 10 pounds this past week, eating more fruit. So that was outstanding. But everybody's very supportive of it. Everybody's very curious about it because they see me at holidays and eating my big bowl of fruit or my salads. And they're like, man, I want to do what you're doing. So I've also, had some just friends who are associates of mine join the group or take on private one-on-one coaching with me to help get them on the right track. So everybody's super supportive. Some people are just like, wow, man, I don't know how you do it. But I tell them when you have a strong why, and if you do your research and you want to thrive and live a long life, a healthy life, you do what it takes. You sacrifice, you delay instant gratification in order to level up your life and your health and your commitment to it. Because to me, it's what it's all about. I mean, back in the day, did I enjoy eating some foods that were bad for me? Yeah, it was fun at the time, temporarily. But now that I have more education, I'm more mature, and I have a huge why, those things are no longer important to me. And I delay instant gratification all the time in order to keep on this journey.
But yeah, I see that the environment is important. That's great that your family is there for you. Your mom, wow, that's great that she just being part of your group, she had a successful story. Your
Mhm.
wife is supporting you.
Yeah.
You have your kids, and at least you're present for them. You're there, you're healthy. There
Yes.
was absolutely no hate coming towards you, like from people trying to
No,
discourage you or projecting on you.
luckily not. And if they were hating, I would just honestly have to part ways with them because, sometimes you have to be selfish in life. You have to put yourself first. And I would feel like that was a distraction to me. And I feel like people, if they really love you, if they care about you, they won't hate on you and they won't discourage you. Sometimes they do it unknowingly, but I think, like I said, you have to hang around like-minded people because the more people you hang around with the same goals that you have, the easier it is to continue on this lifestyle. Just like you and I, we're in several groups together and we
Mm-hmm.
lean on each other for support and accountability. And people like you who help me level up my commitment on an everyday basis and the members of my group, because although I'm the leader, I still need to keep making progress and doing my thing because that's just what it's all about. To me, I always say it's a marathon and not a race. This is a lifestyle where it's continuously doing this every day, repetitively. It's when you stop making progress is when you start to regress and you start to lose your health, you start to gain weight, you start to lose your confidence. But this is something we need to do on an everyday basis and wake up motivated and encouraged to keep on this lifestyle because it's a blessing to whoever adopts it.
Exactly. It's a blessing, and it's great that we're all together, like encouraging each other. We're lifting each other up. And there's people that are not on the same vibe. Of course, they're gonna pull you down.
Mhm.
So you're right. It's true. It's best. It's not about even being selfish. It's just that you're thinking about you, but you want to be around other like-minded people, people that are on the same type of journey, and also
Mhm.
the people that want to see you thrive. Like
Yes.
whatever you're doing, they're encouraging you. They're not putting you down. They're just like, hey, even if they're not on the same diet as you, they're like, hey, whatever you're doing, keep it up. I mean, I got your back. That's
Yes.
what we need. I can totally relate because there's people that are going to be projecting. I was projecting on and like, why am I doing this? Oh, are you doing this lifestyle so you can please your mentor? I'm like, no, I'm doing this to please me so I can feel better. Yeah, I had this response once, saying,
Oh,
are you trying to please your mentor? I'm like, no, I'm doing this because it's making me feel good.
yes.
you know
Yeah.
and there's all types of comments sometimes, right? But like
Yeah.
you said, it's important to surround ourselves with like-minded people and that just wants the best for us, and at the same time we lift each other up. Yeah,
Agreed.
definitely accountability, definitely.
When you were saying that, it made me think a lot of people don't realize how wonderful this lifestyle is. People always say that we eat your fruit and vegetables versus other lifestyles. It makes you feel so good, but people hate because they just don't have the experience of feeling good on this lifestyle, nor do they have the education of what it can do for you. And so I think a lot of people they speak out of not knowing about the benefits, and a lot of people, if they haven't received those benefits, they're not convicted, and so they're more apt to preach or project on you what they've always known or what they've always done or what they learned in their households growing up. And so I think if we just continue to be a light to other people and basically witness what this wonderful lifestyle is like, you'll get a lot less, you'll get more people, they'll be projecting, but as we engage with them and share our love and our light with them, they'll be more willing to come over to our side and partake in this wonderful lifestyle.
Exactly. Well said. Definitely. Oh, yeah. And if you could go back in time and see your old self, what would you tell them? What advice would you give to your old self, basically?
Excellent question. I would say that your health is your wealth. A lot of times in life, we're all chasing money. Money's important. We're chasing sometimes material things or whatever, but I think your health is everything. I would say that when you're your healthiest, you perform your best, you're most confident, you have more clarity of mind, you're more apt to go for what you're passionate about and what you're really good at, um, when you're your healthiest. And so I would say, if I could tell my younger self that, I'd say your health is your wealth, and always take care of it because it's precious. Once you neglect it or once it's gone, it's hard to bring it back. So I would say your health is your wealth, and always value your health and never take it for granted.
Well said. Well said.
Thank
And
you.
my last question for you is, what's a typical day for you? Like, what do you eat? Typical
Yeah.
day.
Yes. So right now I'm going through a challenge, 90-day challenge, where I'm eating essentially all raw foods. And,
Nice.
and as of now, I'm kind of eating majority of fruit because I just jumped into another side challenge where it's going to be fruit and herbs for 30 days essentially. So right now, I work a primary job as a senior plumbing engineer. Then also
Mhm.
I run this more private group for accountability. I'm a family man as well, and I also make time for the gym. And so my day
Wow.
my day starts early. I usually get up around 4 a.m. and
Whoa.
yeah, and then I get into the gym, get my workouts in, or I get it in the evening. Then I get into work, and then I'm interacting with the group throughout the day and in the evenings. What I'm eating during the day right now is I like to eat a lot of mandarins, and so I just
Mm.
bought several pounds of those. Eat a lot of grapes, avocado, bananas, like frozen berries, cherries, all kind of stuff like that. So a lot of my food right now is a lot of fruit in abundance.
A lot of fruits. And you said you mentioned avocados. Do you consume the avocado in the evening, or it doesn't matter? You mix it up during the day with the fruit.
Great question. So I think really, I would say typically around midday toward the end of the day, and it's really just based on how I feel. If I feel like I need a little bit more nourishment or a little bit, say, more fats or something more satiating, I'll lean more toward the avocado. But oftentimes I try to eat it toward the evening. But it's whenever my body feels like I need a little something more in my tank, a little bit more gas, then I'll open it up and eat it then.
Is it best to eat the avocados or greens after eating a bunch of fruits? Do you think? I'm always
Yes,
confused about that.
I always heard that the fruits and items like that digest a lot quicker than like your leafy greens and your vegetables and stuff like that. So in my structure, I always try to eat the fruit toward the beginning of the day and then save the leafy greens and stuff like that toward the end of the day. Just because for digestion reasons, I don't have like, any upset stomachs or anything like that. So I tend to separate them just because from my experience and knowledge, the fruits digest a little bit quicker than other type of plant-based foods.
That makes sense. It's true. It's best to just consume that at the end.
Mhm.
And right now, you feel amazing, and no sign of diabetes whatsoever. Now it's nothing.
No,
Sugar spike, nothing.
no, my blood sugar is actually really, really low now. It's probably down to between 80 and 90 now, sometimes even high 70s. And, it's amazing because it's never been like that consistently. But I think it's just because I'm very consistent in this lifestyle with the nutrition I eat, with the workouts I do. It's amazing. I actually have a follow-up doctor appointment sometime this month. And I'm really,
Me too.
really, oh, nice. I'm curious to see what the blood work looks like now, because to me it's like a game I'm playing with myself. I'm really just saying, how healthy can I get? Even though I'm healthy, it's just like, oh no, I just want to level up to the next level. I don't want to be borderline healthy. I want to be healthy, like completely. I want to feel
Yeah.
amazing. And so I don't know. To me, it's exciting just because I know I'm putting the work in, so I expect the results.
You expect the results, exactly. So you because you're putting the work in. So that's amazing.
Yeah,
And it's your birthday soon, you said, right?
yeah. Be 42 on February the 22nd.
Wow. Oh my God. Are you a Pisces?
Yes, I am a
Just like
Pisces.
me. I'm a couple of weeks after you, March 9th. Yay, Pisces.
Awesome. You'll be 42 as well.
Yeah, we're 42 as well.
Amazing.
Yay. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we have to stay on this path, right? Keep
Oh yeah,
healthy, all this. Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you.
And do you have any final words of encouragement for everybody? Any
Yeah,
parting
I
words?
do. I do. A lot of people, they want to know how to get started. And people think you have to be perfect. When they're not perfect, they get discouraged. So I would just tell anybody, just get started, please. Start eating more fruits and vegetables in addition to what you're already eating. Sometimes it takes baby steps to start eating a whole plant-based lifestyle. I can't expect everybody just to jump in it like I did, because everybody's experiences or why might be different than mine. But get started, do your research, surround yourself with like-minded people, because I'll tell you, when you do your own research and you start surrounding yourself with other people doing the same thing you're doing, if you're genuinely interested in this lifestyle and you genuinely want to learn, man, people are going to be pouring into you continuously to help you level up your commitment, because we all are witnesses to what this miraculous lifestyle is all about. And I can't help but think about this stuff 24 hours a day. And when I come in contact with someone who asks me questions, I'll light up like a light bulb because it's so exciting to tell people about this, because I'm just a witness and convicted of how it's transformed me. And so get started, surround yourself with cool, like-minded people, be consistent. And when you fall down, don't beat yourself up. I mean, the next meal, the next day can be opportunity to keep on moving, because I don't consider those little slip ups a failure. That's a learning experience. And the next time you come in a situation like that, what's going to happen is you're going to a light bulb's going to come on your mind. You're going to say, I've been through a situation before. I need to take a detour, go on a different route or road, because I know if I do this is going to sabotage my progress. So, you know, just do the best you can, and always be consistent. Those are the best tips
Consistency,
I
yeah.
can give you.
Yes, very powerful message. I agree with you. It's sometimes we tend to think that, oh, I know I fell off the wagon, it's too late for me. But no, just pick yourself back up. It is a learning experience, right? This is Earth School. There's always
Yeah,
going to be some ups and downs, but we learn from we learn from it. We learn from those lessons. But the idea is to keep going and not quit, basically. So yeah, very powerful message. Thank you for sharing this, really.
yeah, you're more than
And
welcome.
yes, and thank you for coming in on my first show. Do I call this? I don't know. Do I call this a show? And it was a Phoenix Rising show. But thank you so much for that. And I will put all your details in the description info box. And yeah, so if anybody wants to get in touch with Lawrence. I'm telling you, it's gonna be it's amazing if you are part of his group. Very supportive and very motivating. People are sharing all kinds of things, and it's just fun to see all those pictures, like with different types of food, juices. I love that.
Awesome.
So yeah, keep it up. Great work. I'm so proud of you, by the way. So keep it up, brother.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much for coming in. And for everybody else, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.